All right, welcome to day two of the last week of Grand Arena Championships. And today you guys are in for a treat. It's going to be a really interesting match because both me and my opponent have set a really tough defense. So you guys are going to watch me struggle quite a bit on my offense. But those are the kind of videos which are really interesting. Those are the ones which I think add a lot of value because you guys get to learn from a little bit of my failures and struggles. Okay, so let's before we delve into the defenses and offenses, let's take a quick look at the matchup. Right, so this is what it looks like. I'm facing Nikoya. I think that's how I'm pronouncing it. We are almost equal in GP and gear. Almost identical, in fact, pretty even there. I've got more Zetas, about 8 more Zetas than him, but he completely beats me on mods and beats the rest of our group of 8 as well. He's got way more 6E mods and much better speed mods than me as well. Almost double the number of plus 15 and plus 20 speed mods that I have. So his teams are really well modded. In terms of roster, he's got everything that I have, including a Zeta Wat. So it's a pretty even match, and I would give my opponent a slight edge in terms of the mods. At an all-up level, my opponent has got a better rank as well, 601, and he's got 14 characters with T1 and T2 relics, so pretty well relic characters as well. And he's got a perfect offensive win record as well, 72 matches. So he's won all 72, so he's cleared the board every single time essentially. So pretty decent opponent, and it's going to be interesting. So let's go over and take a look at our defenses. All right, so as I mentioned, I've kept a really tough defense. I've kept my sisters on defense. Typically I use them on offense, but I thought that my opponent might not go that strong on defense, which is why I decided to keep a strong defense myself. But my sisters are on defense over here in the front along with my Kira team. I think my opponent has got really good troopers, so he might just trooper my sisters, which would be a waste because I could have used them on offense. Over here I've kept a separatist team with Sunfac as a tank. And I've kept Karth with Nest. So in this case, I just wanted to separately keep my separatist team over here because I wanted to keep a full General Grievous team at the back with the Wat this time. So I decided to keep Wat along with my General Grievous team, and then I kept my clones over here with Baddis, which performed pretty well last time. And that leaves the rest of the separatists over here in another squad led by Newt Gunray. The tank that I've kept over here is Sunfac. So I separated out my Sunfac from the rest of the Geos because I felt that Sunfac really doesn't add anything much to the Geo team. They're pretty good as is already. The brute obviously is needed for his leadership and for calling brute. You've got soldier who applies tenacity down on basic, so he's extremely essential. You've got spy for the damage. You can't get rid of him, and you've got Poggle for applying ability block, which is extremely useful as well. So Sunfac really doesn't find a place there, and I don't even use his tank because I use brute's tank all the time. Taunting all the time, so I don't even use Sunfac as a taunt. Because brute is dispensable. You can always, even if he dies, you can always revive him back. I don't want Sunfac dying, and because there'll be no way for me to revive him. So if I'm not using Sunfac as a tank in that team, might as well pull him out and use him in a separatist team. That is the rationale behind that. So I pulled my Nest from the Evox team and put her in over here with the Scoundrel team because. The Scoundrel team otherwise is pretty easy to take out, but if you put in Nest over there to apply daze, most of the teams which counter the Scoundrel team are can be neutralized by daze like Evox or EP and all of that. So putting a fast Nest in there will require them to take in something heavy. And then at the back over here behind the Asajj and Kira teams, I kept my Jedi Knight Revan team, and I decided to keep my Malak with Evox this time. just so that Evox can't be cheesed by troopers or anything like that. Because even if you keep Nest over here with the Evox, it can be taken out pretty easily with troopers. And my opponent has pretty damn good troopers, so decided to just keep Malak over there. Which means I have my own Darth Revan on offense, but without Malak. Alright, let's see what my opponent has kept on defense. So a really well-relicked and well-geared Darth Revan team, which is going to be a problem to take out because this is way better than my Darth Revan team, and I don't have Malak on offense as well. So I'll probably take my Treya against this and two-shot it if necessary. And there's the Asajj team with the pretty hefty Daka, I think. Daka is modded for a little bit of health and potency. 58k, so not as much health, and there's no Zeta. But I think there's pretty decent damage on Asajj. Well, that's weird. Asajj doesn't have a damage set. She has a health set and a critical chance set, which is weird because she doesn't need critical chance. And then we've got Nightsisters Spirit over here, who's also not modded for critical damage. She's modded for speed, so she's not going to be hitting as hard. So not as threatening, this team, but you never know. I mean, you can always Nightsisters can always surprise you. And down below we have Wat with the Karth team. We'll have to take in Thrawn for that, definitely. And then we've got the Grievous squad over here. And the Grievous squad, now I don't have my Jedi Knight Revan since I've kept him on defense, and I was initially planning to use my Padme over here, but since my opponent Nikoya has kept Darth Revan, I'm going to be using Padme against the Darth Revan team over here, and then we'll figure out what to do with the Grievous later. Okay. Now let's get started with the toughest battle, Darth Revan, and I've checked the speeds over here. Darth Revan is 334, Malak is 310, I think, and with 3 relics on him. Tons of tenacity, yep, 316 speed, and then the Bastilla is about 303 speed. Excuse me. So these guys are going to be faster than my Padme, which is the main thing that I look for. If the Malak is slower than my Padme, or if the Basti is slower than my Padme, then my Padme team struggles. But my Padme is currently at 290 something, so I think these guys should be able to take at least a couple of them down. That's my hope. Let's go in and see how they do. So they're going to go first. All right, now let's give everyone protection up. Okay, let's do a basic over here, which was of course dodged. I'm going to save the mass assist for now. Okay, barely surviving. We'll have to get rid of this guy. Okay, let's get off Basti, and let's go after HK47. I'm gonna do an AoE. Oh no, if I do an AoE, then I'll be stuck behind Malak Taunt if it crits. So I'm just going to do a basic over here. Luckily, healing immunity was applied, so this guy is not going to end up healing. Now I can either go after Darth Revan, I've got 18 stacks, or I can go after HK and finish him off. Let me take a chance at Darth Revan. Almost. Okay, now let's leave Darth Revan for now. I think we can finish off HK first. Oh damn. Okay, well, this should be able to finish off both HK and Darth Revan because I've got 19 stacks on Anakin. Let's add some. Oh, again I was damn, this is not good. My Anakin got dodged quite a few times. And And let's okay, this guy is gone. Healing immunity. Let's try land a stun and healing immunity. Probably won't be able to finish him. I definitely won't be able to finish him. But what I can do is I can time this out, and because he's already at half health, and then I can go in with the control team with Savage and get rid of him. So that allows me to save my crew. Yeah, definitely half health Anakin will definitely not be able to defeat this character. A Gear 13 Malik is, and in general, a Gear 13 Darth Revan team is pretty tough to take out with the Padme team, unless your Padme also is Padme team also is Gear 13 with relics. It's extremely difficult. Currently, in my Padme team, only my General Kenobi and Anakin are Gear 13, and I haven't put any relics on them yet. But Anakin is my next project to put a relic on. I think he's a really good candidate for that. Yeah, and once I get him up to at least relic level 4 or 5, that would be a much more reliable team for one-shotting a Sith Empire team. So this was unfortunate, but I think I would take this outcome because at least I got rid of 4 of them. I wanted to one-shot it, but I did not expect to, given that my Padme team is not there yet. Okay, we've got 49 seconds. I'm going to time it out, and then let's think about what we want to take it with, because usually I clean up with crew, but I think I may be able to save my crew. If I just go in with Jin and a few stunners and Savage, then I should be able to one-shot Malik, since he's below 50% health. So I'll just have to take in a few good stunners. Jin lead for turn meter reduction. Maybe Biston, I don't know. Definitely Savage, and then someone else. Okay. All right. Let's go in and do that. Let's see who we have. Rebel. Where's our Jin? There we go. Maybe Biston. Let's get our Savage in there as well. And who else do we have? Who else can stun? I think we've got a few bounty hunters who can stun. We've got Greedo who can remove turn meter. And let's just take in Cad as well. He's got a stun as well. Let's try this. Okay, luckily he did not have any of his specials available, but he has healed to above 50% health, so we need to get him back down and remove his turn meter a little more. There we go. And stun again, and now Savage can finish him off. Alright, so that was a cheap enough team. I probably didn't need all 5 of them, but I didn't want to take a chance with a lone Savage. And Savage can get pretty expensive to clean up if you're not careful. So I didn't want to take a chance with undersizing it. Okay, one team down, 38 banners, which is not great, but we are cleared the Darth Revan team. All right. Now, let's clear this sisters team and see what's behind, and before we go to the zone below. So I'm going to go in with my Basti with Hermit Yoda and Wampa, and I'm going to take in Mace over there to absorb the zombie's initial stun, or not zombie, a spirit's initial stun. And I've got Visas in there for the additional revive, but she's going to be debuffed all the time, so she's going to be pretty useless. But she's a healer, so she can help recover some health, and she can help revive in case things go south with one of them. Yeah, she's one of my biggest regrets in terms of gearing and Zeta. But all my hopes are on the Wampa. So my Wampa is level 5 as of this Grand Arena, and pretty well modded. I've shifted some good mods on him. 220 speed, 57k health, and 8100 damage with 60% critical chance. So his AoEs will do some pretty decent damage. All right, let's go in and see whether what happens with these guys. Okay, let's pass this over to Wampa. And let's apply some days. All right. Now let's go after Spirit and get rid of her. 115k. 112k. That's more like it. 83k. Holy crap. Okay, so both the zombie revives are done. So I'm going to get rid of Daka. 86k. Let's heal up. 57k. This is amazing. Another reason I like Mace over here is because he can dispel. $69k. All right, so she was useless. 67. Let's get rid of this foresight, because he would have hit quite hard with the foresight. So the good thing is Zombie has got 2 deaths already. So she's slowed down completely, so she's not going to go again. So I can very safely get rid of the others. Let's get rid of Spirit. 95k. All right. Okay, let's get rid of... you know what? My Mace is almost at full turn meter, so he can get rid of Asajj. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply ability block on Talzin, because I think her plague is up, and I don't want to lose health and lose banners because of that. There we go. Mace made himself useful in expose and got rid of Asajj. All right, let's just finish off. And that's it. All right, let's slow this down and let's take it home. 56 banners against Nightsisters. It's okay not having to use a meta team, but Visas was completely useless. I could have gone in without her and ended up with 59 banners, yeah, she was completely hopeless. I didn't have any other Jedi to take, since the rest of my Jedi are on defense. But yeah, that was it. So let's see what's at the back. We have, my favorite team, Ewoks. But they're relatively weak. So I'll need to trooper them or something like that. And then I've got a crew team, which should be easy enough to take out. How fast is the crew? 292. Yeah, shouldn't be an issue. All right, so let's clear up the zone below, and then we'll try to maximize our banners for what's behind. All right, so I have a feeling there's going to be relatively weaker teams behind here as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take in my best team against the Grievous team, which is going to be my Darth Revan team. So I have Darth Revan without Malak, and his B2, his B1 battle droid, as well as his Newt are faster than my Basti. So I won't be able to apply fear before they go, so that's going to be a problem. My Darth Revan, however, is the fastest. But in this match, what I'm going to do is instead of doing the Insanity, which is applying fear on everyone, I'm going to do the Force Storm because I want Shock to land on everyone, because Shock is going to prevent turn meter gain for this guy, and it's going to prevent healing, and it's going to prevent let's see, yeah, it's got a lot of good value over there. Okay, what can I do? This guy is hidden, so let me just get rid of him. So because he was feared, Grievous, we managed to avoid the AoE. I want to get someone below 50% health, because then Grievous is going to get Death Mark, and that's going to be the main. Yes, that's what I was waiting for. So now so that's the reason why this team is so effective against these guys, even without Malik. With Death Mark, this team, Grievous just comes down really, really fast. There he goes. And yeah, we probably won't end with full health and full protection, but that's fine. Yeah. Yep. So that's the reason I did Shock before anything else, because Shock is something which prevents turn meter gain, it prevents health, and there's one more thing, it prevents buffs as well. So that means that Magna Guard wouldn't have been able to taunt if he had Shock. B2 wouldn't have been able to gain turn meter, and B1 wouldn't have been able to heal anyone. So that's the reason I started off with Shock in this specific instance, and it worked out pretty okay. So that's 55 banners. Excuse me. Let's see what we can take against the Wat team. So even if he's got Geos at the back, we do have our Streya that we want to save there. And against what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to go in with my EP team, with Grand Admiral Thrawn. Do I have any more Empire that I could use? You know what? I could go with IPD and save my Thrawn for behind, because IPD allows I've got a Zeta IPD, which means that he's going to dispel, and he's going to prevent the taunt from coming back. So I could do that. Let's see if this works. This is a gamble. Thrawn would have been a much better option. You know what? Let me just go in with Thrawn to be safe. Thrawn can top up health and protection as well. I can always use IPD with my Jedi Knight, with my Jedi Training Ray team. However, I think instead of Tarkin, I can take in Maul for the additional days, because these guys assist a lot, and days could come in handy. Okay, so he's given that over to him. Let's all right, now let's land some stuns. Let's go after Wat and land some days. Excellent. Start taunting. Land some shock over there. Let's pass this over to Palp, and we can land some more shock over here. And let's stun him. Just wait for the fracture to come back again. There we go. Let's land some more shock over here, and let's keep going. Let's try to get rid of Wat. All right, let's land some more days. Some more shock over here. That didn't land. Let's prevent her from going into stealth. And let's pass this back to Maul. Try to get him up to full protection. And let's stun mission. Land some more shock. Excellent. Some more shock. Let's get rid of his protection, or let me just fracture him. Yeah, I don't think I could have done it without Thrawn. I definitely needed the fracture. It would have made things much easier. Alright, let's just get rid of Candrass. Another ability block on mission. Who do we top off? Let's top off Vader. Daze, shock some more. Let's keep the taunt on this guy. Let's see if we can't top off Shore. I don't think it looks likely. But yeah, so we'll probably end with 59 banners. Okay, it's going to take a little while, but we should be okay. So I think it was a good decision taking in Maul, because that Daze came in pretty handy. We've got a couple of minutes. I don't know if we can delay this anymore. Maybe we might be able to get one more protection off. Damn, he's taken off a little bit of protection from Vader and EP. That's okay. I don't think we'll end with 58, so we ended up losing 2. Okay, so let's see what's behind, and then we can decide what we want to do to clean up. All right, so he set some really weak teams. We can go undersized and try to recover some banners. We've got a clone team with Barriss and R2, and I think his 5s has got the Zeta on tactical awareness. Yep, so we'll need to target him first. So definitely Geos for the clone team. We've got Kira Nest team, which we probably might want to do Treya on that. What else do we have? We have Treya, we've got CLS, we've got JTR, and we've got Geos, and we've got Troopers. Okay, how fast are these guys? These guys are pretty weak. I think I can trooper them easily, the Ewoks, because I don't want a protracted battle with the Ewoks, because that's always when my battles seem to hang. So let's finish up the Ewoks battle first with the Troopers. Excuse me. Okay, let's just hope it doesn't freeze. Let's hope we're able to get rid of these guys before the freezing starts. Come on, come on. I'm targeting less than half a minute. All right. Phew, no freezes. That's a big win with Ewoks. I hate facing Ewoks on offense. Even if though they're easy teams to take out. But as you guys have seen, I've had like 5 or 6 freezes against Ewoks, either playing Ewoks on offense or on defense, facing them on defense. So I'm always nervous when I face those guys, even though that was a weak team. Okay. Right, so what do we take these guys out with? So with the clones, it's definite. I'm going to take out the clones with my Geos. There's no doubt about that. Those guys are best for the clones. And I'm going to go in undersized because my Sunfac is on defense, but that shouldn't be a problem. All right, let's cleanse and heal and get to attacking 5s. Okay, let's go after 5s. I'm just going to wait for Spy's big hit. All right, look at that. Look at the big hits that Spy, that the counters from Brute are simply amazing. Okay, so let's get rid of 5s, and now we can take out. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out a Rex. And then take out Cody. Oh, I didn't want to take out Baddis yet because I wanted to heal up, because yeah, this means I'm just going to get 55 plus 2, 57 banners. Yeah, I wanted a little bit of time for these guys to get the heal up, but these guys do too much damage. It's a good problem to have, but it prevents you from recovering good health and protection. I wanted to basically delay on R2 towards the end, and in order to get like 61 banners, but that wasn't possible. Okay, so what do you want to use against Kira? What all do I have? Okay, so let's attack the Kira with Treya. I think we can undersize this. There's not much damage on this team. Yeah, these guys have just got survivability, and Treya is actually the perfect team for that. We have plenty on offense, surprisingly. We've got Treya, we've got Crew, we've got CLS, and we've got a JTR team, which is a full droid team. Now the only question is which two of these 4 teams I should take in to maximize my banners. Treya is definitely an easy one because I can probably get 62 minus 3, 59 banners pretty easily with Treya. And I can probably take the CLS against the other team. So let's do that. Treya against this one. I don't think I'll need anyone else. So isolate on L3, so that prevents Terminator gain and taunt. And then start working on Vandor. Pain, so we can recover some protection. All right. Okay, let's just dispel this for now and dispel everyone's buffs and go and take care of Nest so that she doesn't counter anymore. And then we take care of Chewie, and let's keep the isolate on L3. And finish off the others one by one. So we'll probably end with, let's see, there's 62 banners for ending with full health and full protection. But since 3 of them have got less than full protection, I will probably end up with 62 minus 3 is 59 banners, unless I can recover full health on Scion, full protection on Scion. Let's see if we can't do that. And she's got pain, so I think we are at full protection now. That'll mean 60 banners. Yep, 60. All right, so that was a good outcome. All right, now we've got one last team left, and we can maximize banners over here as well. It's a relatively weaker team. It's got crew is the main damage dealer, and there's a lot of AoE in terms of Kylo as well. But I think I need quick damage teams to take care of that. Let's go in with these guys. All right, I'm going to stun Kylo because I want him, because otherwise he's going to stun one of these guys. Okay, let's just get rid of him since we're so close. And then the others will fall pretty easily. We didn't want a stun disrupting anyone. Yeah, counter should take care of these guys pretty well. Let's get rid of this guy. Okay, so we'll probably, I don't know if we'll end with full health, full protection and all, but probably might get 60 or 61 banners probably. Yeah, probably 60 or 61. 60. Okay, not bad. Let's see how much we ended up at. So we are at 1884, which is not too bad, 1884. So that means that I've got an average of 55.5 in every single match. So my opponent needs to get 55 to 56 banners per match if he decides to one-shot everything. Needs to get 55 to 56 banners in order to win. So we one-shot everything with the exception of the Darth Revan team, which was an unfortunate double cleanup. But I think we've got enough teams over here to take out a lot of AoEs. A lot of counters. I'm hoping that he goes, like after seeing 55, 56 banners required, he goes in slightly heavily in the front zones and then has relatively less for the back zones. The good news is he doesn't have his Darth Revan with him on offense. He does have his Jedi Knight Revan, which may be split between my Jedi Knight Revan and the Grievous team. He does have his Padme as well, which he might decide to use against Grievous if he decides to go with Jedi Knight Revan against Jedi Knight Revan mirror match. And then he'll have to figure something out for Malak. He doesn't have his crew on offense, so that would have been really easy to take out Malak. So he'll have to do something about the Malak team as well. So all in all, I think getting 55 to 56 banners, which means ending with full health on all the teams that he goes in with and one-shotting all my teams, I think that might put some amount of pressure. So I'm hoping that he does it, that he stumbles upon at least a few teams to before he is able to take it down. So I will give you guys an update in the comments section on how the matches go. But before I sign off, I just wanted to recommend a couple of channels on if you're following Grand Arena Championships. Wanted to recommend a couple of channels that you guys can go and check out. So the first one is Zareth. His channel is Zareth Prevails, and he does Grand Arena Championship streaming as well. And the second one is McLar. He's got a fewer subscribers, but he also does Grand Arena Championship streaming, and as it happens, both Zareth and McLar were faced off against each other, and they ended up attacking each other and recording their matches. And I've been following Zareth for a while. He's got a decent set of videos. He's also at the same GP level as me in Division 1, GP level about 5 million or so, and both Zareth and McLar have got a really good roster with good really good teams. So you'll get to see a pretty exciting match on both sides over here. So I'll leave a link to both their videos down below. Feel free to check them out and subscribe to them if you feel like it. But I enjoyed watching their last matchup between McLaren and Zareth, so I'm sure you will as well. All right, that's it for now, and I'll sign off until a couple of days, where hopefully you'll see me in the finals. Until next time, talk to you later.